Japan is a country where ancient temples stand beside neon skyscrapers, where samurai traditions meet bullet trains, and where a nation once destroyed by war rebuilt itself into a global powerhouse. This is the incredible history of Japan in 6 minutes. Japan's story begins over 14,000 years ago during the Jomon period. The people of this era were hunters and gatherers, and they created some of the oldest known pottery in the world. Their rope-patterned clay pots give the period its name, Jomon, meaning cord-marked. Around 300 BCE, a new culture known as the Yayoi period emerged. Rice farming, metal tools, and new technologies arrived from China and Korea. Society became more organized, villages expanded, and social classes began to form. By the 3rd century, Japan started unifying under powerful clans during the Yamato period. The emperor became the symbolic ruler, believed to be descended from the sun goddess Amaterasu. During this time, Japan adopted Chinese writing, Buddhism, and systems of government that shaped its early identity. But real power would eventually shift. In 1185, a warrior named Minamoto no Yoritomo established Japan's first military government in Kamakura. This marked the beginning of the Kamakura period and the rise of the samurai. These elite warriors followed a strict moral code known as Bushido, emphasizing honor, loyalty, and discipline. For centuries, Japan was ruled not by emperors, but by shoguns, military dictators who controlled the country through regional lords called daimyo. During the 15th and 16th centuries, Japan fell into chaos in what is known as the Sengoku period, meaning warring states period. Powerful warlords fought brutal battles for control of the country. 3 great leaders would eventually unify Japan. First came Oda Nobunaga, a ruthless but brilliant strategist. After him, Toyotomi Hideyoshi continued the unification. Finally, in 1600, Tokugawa Ieyasu won a decisive victory and established the Tokugawa shogunate. This began the Edo period, a time of peace that lasted over 250 years. During the Edo period, Japan chose isolation. Under a policy called Sakoku, foreign trade was heavily restricted, Christianity was banned, and Japanese citizens were forbidden from leaving the country. While Europe experienced rapid industrial growth, Japan remained largely feudal and traditional. But isolation could not last forever. In 1853, American naval officer Matthew P. Perry arrived with heavily armed warships and demanded that Japan open its ports to trade. Facing superior military technology, Japan agreed. This shock led to one of the most dramatic transformations in world history. In 1868, the Meiji Restoration restored power to Emperor Meiji. The samurai system was dismantled, feudalism ended. Japan began rapidly modernizing. Railroads were built, factories opened, a modern army and navy were formed, Western education systems were adopted. Within decades, Japan transformed from a feudal society into an industrial power. By the early 20th century, Japan had become an empire. It defeated China in 1895 and shocked the world by defeating Russia in 1905, the first time an Asian nation had defeated a major European power in modern history. However, Japan's growing militarism led to expansion across Asia. In 1941, Japan attacked the United States at Pearl Harbor, bringing America into World War II. The war devastated Japan. In August 1945, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Tens of thousands died instantly. Japan surrendered shortly after, marking the end of the war. The country lay in ruins. Under American occupation, Japan adopted a new constitution in 1947. The emperor became a symbolic figure, and Japan renounced war as a sovereign right. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. From the 1950s to the 1980s, Japan experienced an economic miracle. Through hard work, innovation, and discipline, it became a global leader in automobiles, electronics, and technology. Brands like Toyota, Sony, and Honda became internationally recognized symbols of quality and innovation. Cities like Tokyo transformed into modern megacities filled with skyscrapers and advanced infrastructure. Today, Japan is one of the world's most technologically advanced nations, while still preserving its ancient traditions, from tea ceremonies and Shinto shrines to anime, robotics, and high-speed Shinkansen bullet trains. Japan's history is a story of resilience. From ancient clans to samurai warriors, from isolation to empire, from atomic destruction to economic superpower. Few nations have transformed so dramatically and risen so powerfully as Japan.
Subscribe our channel if you like the video.